What you're looking at here is an Advanblack bracket. I'll talk about that more later, but the main thing I'm doing right now is installing this 4-point docking setup. It's pretty straightforward. This is the docking setup. I'll show you a better image of it with the bracket off of it. The 4-point docking hardware setup is a Harley Davidson part. I got it from Harley. And word of advice, I wouldn't even waste your time trying to install this unless you have whatever it is you're going to add with it on there also. Because what I did is I hand tightened everything and I got this bracket locked on there. It took a lot of adjustments, a lot of flipping of these parts and swapping stuff around, but I got it. Yeah, if all you got is the 4-point docking hardware setup, my advice is don't even waste your time trying to install it until you got, either your backrest or your top box or whatever you're going to add to that accessory you're going to add to it. Have that with you and just do it both at the same time. Let me take the bracket off, which I'll talk about later, and I'll show you more on this 4-point docking hardware setup. This is the 4-point docking hardware setup right here. It comes with this bracket I added on. I got it in chrome. I got this from Harley Davidson. And I figured for my foundation, I want it to be a Harley part. Right now, what I use to put this on here, this is a T40 on a torque wrench. And these holes are already there. They're already threaded and ready to go. You just got to slide the bracket in there and tighten them down. I did it hand tightened. And I'm glad I did, because when I first installed this, I had the brackets flipped around backwards. The instructions is pretty straightforward, but you can get it flipped around the wrong way. I advise you get everything mounted up, hand tightened, then go back. That's why I had the bracket on there. I just went back, tightened these down. The instructions say 20 foot-pounds of torque. I got a torque wrench here. I did it 20 foot-pounds. I had it hand tightened, but I took each one off and put some Loctite on each bolt and then tighten it down. I have these tightened, but I still have to tighten these. I gotta take these off, tighten these down also, and put some Loctite on them. That's what's happening so far. Just this is the beginning stages of what I got going on the back of that. I'll talk about that here later. This, which I thought was gonna be easy peasy, it's not really super hard, but there's a lot of pieces. Like all these pieces come off, and all these notches, all this stuff matters, man. The best advice I can give you is, like I said, have your piece on there, do everything hand tighten, get in the where you can lock it in, take it on, take it off, and then once you got it, then put the Loctite on there, then tighten everything down. Okay, here we go. This is where I'm at with it. As you see here, I got the Advanblack Razor Rushmore Tour Pack. It's the smallest one. That is the pad that comes with it. I didn't want to pop for the extra upgraded pad. I got the box on there. It's a pretty simple install. There's really not nothing to this. These the plate, 4 screws, some nuts that go through the rack I had on earlier. Now I will say, as far as that seat pad in the back, it did not come with these washers here. When I tried to put these on, these little nuts, these little cap nuts at first, it didn't really feel all that great because this is plastic. So I figured, man, I better try to get some washers on there. You don't really need them this big, but this is just what I had, and I didn't feel like going to any hardware store or anything and getting any other ones. So I got these. It did come into problem because I had the ones that are too big. Because of this little box, this is the little retractor for the wire, so that's just dangle everywhere. But all I did is take a hacksaw and cut one end flat to get past that box. And once it's in there, it did kind of twist up a little bit. But once it's on there, you just tighten it down. It should have came with washers, but other than that, that's a simple fix. I got Loctite on these. I don't have an inch-pound torque wrench. I only have a foot-pound one. So I just tighten these as tight as I can get them. I didn't get too crazy with it. So far, the install was pretty simple. The install was really so simple, there's no need for a how-to step-by-step type of deal because it's just simple, just all simple bolt-ons. Nothing really major came up. But the 4-point docking station, there is a lot of adjustments to get that on there. So if it doesn't go on right, don't really bend nothing up. Don't try to modify nothing. Just keep on adjusting it. You'll be surprised what happens if you just, move stuff around, flip stuff around, get it all lined up. These little notches in here do make a big difference. You just got to really play with it. There's nothing I can tell you to say, put it exactly this way. You just got to play with it and adjust it. Okay, I rode to the gym this morning. This is my first time riding with this box on the back, or this tour pack on the back. As I suspected, because it's really not that heavy, it really didn't feel any difference. I did decide to make a few more mods when I thought about it last night. See, right now, there's a lot of adjustments to this thing. You can go forward and back. Right now, I have it pushed all the way forward. But I think just to give me a little more room to kick my leg over, and when there's a passenger, to give her a little bit more room in the back, I'm going to slide it all the way back instead of having it all the way forward. That's what holds this on. This is what comes with the setup. So I got some extra nylon knots I'll show you here in a second. That's for that one that's missing. This is what's holding them on. I mean, I'm sure this is solid. I'm sure this will get the job done. But once again, I just don't want to put all my hopes and dreams on one little locking nut like this, because the bike does vibrate a lot. And the last thing I want to do is lose this tour pack going down the freeway. So I took the bolt out. This is the bolt that came out of it right here. I went to Home Depot and got a pack of nylon locking nuts. And the size, this is what I got right here. This is the part number. That's the size. It's the M6 1.0 millimeters. That's the part number right there. I'm gonna throw all four of these little nylon locking nuts on just for a little extra security. As you see right here, I got, this is tightened down as tight as it can go. This is how I had it, but as you see, I got a lot of thread space to go. It just kind of wasted space, so why not put that little extra locking nut on there just for a little added security. I got the little second nylon nuts on there and got just a little bit of thread sticking out. That's good, it's like that, Just a little added security. Can't go wrong with that. And oh yeah, one more thing. One other thing I did, I kind of figured just to be aware of if you're getting this brand of tour pack, is I noticed there was one of these little hex bolts out, these little bolts right here was almost backed out because this was kind of bulging the rubber piece out. I went in and checked them. I checked all these, I tightened down. I mean, don't get crazy with it because it is still a plastic tour pack. It says made of plastic, but a few of these was just way too loose, man. It was just, I could like take my hand and, move them. So I went and checked all these. I'd advise you to tighten these down, just give it a double check. And then these right here, there's two underneath here. You just hold this back a little bit, you can do it. And then I tighten these four down. And I end up, just kind of snugging them a little bit, tighten all these down. What these are, this is the size of these is like 3 millimeter. So I just came through and just, gave each one a little snug, just a little bit. Some of them was fine. Some of them needed like a quarter turn. Some of them needed a whole half a turn because it was that loose. There was one of them that was real. I think this one over here that was backed out real far. I think I turned it like 4 or 5 times before it got tight. So definitely check those if you're installing this for the first time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ride around for about a week or two and go back and check them again. Now, if I go back and check them again, they're loose again, that means I'm going to have to take each one out and put a little Loctite on them because they must be loosening up because of vibration. So that's not really too bad of a thing to do. Just something to keep an eye on, But yeah, this is some little quick tips on the Advanblack Razor Tour Pack. I was missing one piece to round out this tour pack job. As you know, I had to pull this big antenna off because it was in the way. So I ordered this one by Hogworks. The little short, stubby antenna to replace this one. Because right now, when I turn my system on, let's see with the radio, it's real staticky. Yeah. That's what it sounds like with no antenna. So it's not that I don't listen to the radio anyway. I usually listen to music on my phone. I at least want to give this antenna a try. Never mind the dust. Yeah, bike's a little dusty, but that's where the antenna goes right there. Okay, there it go. Nothing too spectacular. You just kind of screw it on there. Still has a lot of room. I want to give my final thoughts on the Advanblack Tour Pack I just installed on my 2020 Road Glide Harley. The first thing is I am glad I got the smaller or the skinnier Tour Pack. That way it does not affect the way I get on and off the bike, because I just kind of kick my leg over the bike. I think if I'd have got the tall pack, it would have kind of affected that, and I would have had to get on the bike a different way than I'm really used to, the way I've been getting on all my motorcycles for years. I am happy I got the one I got. One other thing I would say, I wouldn't really call it a flaw. It is something to note that the lock that comes with it does not lock and unlock as smooth as the Harley locks. Now, they say you can get the Harley locks, you can get your lock, you take your bike back to the dealership and use the VIN number or whatever, and get the tumbler and to the key you already have, which I might do in the near future. I mean, it did lock and unlock fine. Don't get me wrong, it did do what it was supposed to do, but it just doesn't do it as smooth as the Harley locks. Now, when the Tour Pack did come, there is some very light, minor, mediocre, like little scuffs in it, but that could have been from just the packaging, rubbing, and the shipping. If you know anything about black, it's real easy to scratch it, scuff it, but it's nothing too major. It's nothing that a good buff and polish won't take out, you know. It's nothing, there's no major scratches or gouges you can catch your nail in. The little scuffs that was in there is kind of minor and mediocre, you know. It's all good. I'm not really tripping off of that. If you're the type of person that wants everything flawless, ain't nothing in life perfect, you know. So it's gonna have to, it's not major, but it's gonna take a little work. Now, I don't know, that's the thing, I don't know, I can't compare it to none of the other boxes out there, the other brands, because this is my first go around, but you know, from what I've seen so far, I'm pretty happy with it. The one thing I will say, I was real shocked at the fast shipping they had. There was a slight hiccup because when I first ordered this, right, I ordered it on a Monday. But I didn't really feel like calling them and talking to nobody, so I just ordered everything online. It was pretty straightforward and clear. And then I was shocked it came in on like a Wednesday. When everything came in, I was missing the bracket. So I did get back on the website. Was like, hey, what's up? And they have like a little chat box on the website. So I just started chatting with the people there. Was like, hey, what's up with my bracket? You didn't put the bracket in the box. Come to find out, the chrome bracket I had ordered was on back order. If I would have known that, if it would have said back order when I ordered it, I probably would have went ahead and got the black one. I was like, do you have the black one? Is the black one in stock? They were like, yes. So I just went ahead and switched it. And then they told me, well, okay, we'll send the black one out right away. This was a Wednesday now. They was like, tomorrow we'll give you a shipping number. It should come by. It should be here by Wednesday, no later than Wednesday. I'm like, cool. Thursday came around. Nobody contacted me with a shipping number. I figured I'd give them till Monday and then contact them again. I was sitting around Saturday, and all of a sudden, boom, UPS man shows up on a Saturday and drops it off, which to me was pretty cool because then I can just, you know, like in my mind, I was thinking I'm not going to be able to install this till next week. When it just showed up about the bracket, showed up about the blue on Saturday, that freed me up to where I can install it on the Sunday. Come Monday, I'm ready to go. So I thought that was pretty cool. All in all, I am very impressed with the Advanblack shipping department service. You know, the service definitely gets a 10 out of 10, you know, as far as the fast shipping and the service. See, here's the thing about rating the quality of the box. I really don't have anything to compare to. From just what I got and what I can see, I give it a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I didn't couldn't give that one the quality of 10 out of 10. I just thought that maybe some of the bolts should have been tightened a little bit better. It wasn't to the fact where they were like, how should I say it? They weren't recklessly loose, but it wasn't all, some of them weren't all the way snugged up. You know, but what they did with the shipping and their customer service makes up for that little hiccup. That's a little, you know, just a little thing you should be checking on your own anyway. So that wasn't a little major deal. So another reason I can't give it a 10 out of 10 is because the little backrest pad, the free one that came with it, you can tell it's not really the best quality. I could have got an upgrade for a little bit, a better one for a little bit more money, but I just didn't want to spend it. So, you know, compared to the seat, which my factory Harley seat, the back little rest, little leather part, it's so-so. It's questionable, but it does what it's supposed to do. It's a pad, it's on there, it's black, you know. It is what it is. All around, Advanblack, I'm pretty happy with what I got for the first go-around. I will be ordering some more stuff from them in the near future. One last thing to note, I did have to ditch my big old antenna I had on the back of the bike. But all in all, man, I'm pretty happy with the setup. So all right, people, that's my final thoughts on the Advanblack Tour Pack. 100 Spoke Riders, signing out. All right, thanks for watching 100 Spoke Riders video. If you're subscribed, make sure you turn your post notifications on because I do not have a set schedule of when I drop videos. I just do them whenever I am motivated to do videos. So sometimes you might get videos once a week. Sometimes you might get videos every day. You just never know. As long as you keep your post notifications on, you get an alert every time I drop a video, and it'll be all good. You won't miss anything. Be on the lookout. New videos will come. Once again, thanks for watching. 100 Spoke Riders, signing out.